Okay, today is the 27th of January, 2021, and I'm going to try to read on the Delphi case out of Iowa, the case of Abby Williams and Liberty German. They were two girls that were out for a walk. If you are not familiar with the case, I recommend you Google it. I'm just going to do a reading here to see if it looks like there will be any, if they'll identify and be able to get the person responsible brought to justice. That's obviously the key thing that I want to focus on. So I'll start with that. Okay, let me just get in the groove. I've had a busy day, so I kind of need to... This happened, all the way back. It's not that long ago, but it's already been, 2017, and it's 2021 now. And it's just like time goes by so quickly, and, they need to find who did this. So I'm going to ask Spirit. I've cleansed and prepared my area with Palo Santo and myself and my tools. And I ask Spirit, my ancestors, Creator, and spiritual helpers to help me to read clearly and accurately and intuitively. And as always, all these are card readings, they're entertainment, and they are all alleged. So I'm wanting to ask Spirit, will the person responsible for their deaths, Abby and Libby, will they be caught by the law and imprisoned in the relatively near future, let's say within the next 5 years? So I want to give a time frame, because the tarot, it can still answer you with a very nebulous but clear answer, but time can be tricky. So I'm framing my questions a specific way. So within the next 5 years, will the murderer of Abby and Libby be caught and revealed and brought to justice? My gut, just without the cards, always tells me that this will get solved. Okay. So I'm asking Spirit to show us whether or not the person, man responsible, if he will be caught within 5 years and brought to justice. Here we get that 7 of swords, and to me it is absolutely that sneaky card, that ambush card. And the Four of Wands to me is a public place, like a park or someplace public where people can go. Sometimes it's about celebration, but it's usually very social oriented or societal oriented. And in this case, what makes sense to me is that this is a person I'm being showed that goes to these kinds of parks, what have you, and preys upon, was watching them. Here, to ambush them. Well, you know, not terribly surprising given that it's a predator. But we're tracking. And it tells us that they like to utilize public parks, things like that. I think that was definitely a choice that was made. Pardon all the noise. Despite the door being shut, my family is loud. Okay, so 9 of Wands, 7 of Cups. About fantasy. And they know that they're, I just feel like they know that they're one day going to get caught. There's some part of them that, I think they're driven, but they can't help it. They're driven by this sick fantasy. It's very much a fantasy based. And I think he's been able to give people the slip. This is kind of the feeling too here with these cards, with the 9 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. Definitely the type that can slip in and out of society. But I'm going to say with this 9 of Wands that this man has been someone who has definitely attacked people in the past. This is not a certainly any kind of new hobby, sick hobby that he's developed. This is something that I almost want to say too that he might have scars or marks, just a feeling, defense marks from them on his body. I feel like they may have actually been able to leave some kind of a bit of a wound or a mark on him, despite him having the upper hand. Okay, let's see. Here we have the Knight of Cups. There was some kind of an approach, but it shows the whole time that what was in his mind very clearly was to take someone's life. Children, past, world. He'll be caught. There's an end. Okay, I'm going to put another row up. Abandonment. leaving things behind. I think transient type, or he has left that area. I feel like maybe this Knight of Cups is the male, so this could be a man up to the age of about 30, early 30s tops. But who has, as a man, isn't completely, what I would call, isn't really mature quite as a man. There's some parts of him that are not as mature as they should be. There's a feeling. Yeah, I definitely get that he goes to public areas. Definitely, the park kind of thing. These walks, these trails. He's a predator of trails, and it keeps coming up in the reading over and over. I know it's not maybe fascinating information, but this is what's being revealed, and children. So I think that I think those girls put up a fight. Yeah, I think they did in hope to try to save themselves. However, that's not what happened. Very dark person. I see them still, in the relatively near future, they're still under the radar. I almost feel like, do they want, they either like this, that they've been able to get this attention. There's something about, the fame of this, or the high profile of this. It's kind of like, yeah, they did that, and they're, like, hey, I did that. They like proud of themselves in some kind of sick way. It's like, I don't like it. I do think that he will be that he will be caught. It's very, what's showing me is with the Seven of Cups, the World, and the Moon. He is one sick puppy. I mean, we're really sick. His life just really revolves around these dark fantasies. And I don't really like to go too much into this, but this person is sadistic. There's an element of, the more desperate somebody is for their life, they get off on it, is the feeling I'm getting. And that they're praying. I think they've left that area, definitely, with that Eight of Cups, and I think they've definitely moved on to another area. This person lives in a world of really sick, dark fantasy, and they are, like I say, I think it's a younger male, maybe as up to about the age of maybe even 35, but I wouldn't say older than that. But I feel like he's in his 30s. For some reason. Possibly latter 20s, but It's just the card, the Knight of Cups. I feel like this person is just truly, it's just kind of has a discombobulating effect. They are so wrapped up in dark fantasies that it's like it consumes them, like 24/7. It's like an addiction. Sorry. My mom's birthday. Now, the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This is, I feel like, maybe one of the mothers. And I feel like she will have satisfaction. I'm shown that. Or there's a woman, yeah, wants to bring him to account. Great deal of emotional investment in that. Not giving up. There needs to be more of a push with information. And there may be another bit of information that at some point in the future they're going to finally release. Yeah, I think so. And it has more to do with the nature of the crime. Maybe some key details. Buried, again, the cards of a sadist come up. And somebody who is an outsider. Somebody who keeps to themselves. And, I mean, I'm somebody that keeps to myself, but there are people that keep to themselves in a very bad kind of way because they're so screwed up. And I see him as being one of these. I almost feel like he doesn't have very much interaction with other people so much as he spends his time in focusing on these fantasies, or that he's obsessed with them. And he's looking for vulnerable, of course, being a predator, looking for vulnerable, new, it looks to me, victims, youthful. This is into the future. But I think with COVID, actually, that has curtailed his ability to carry that out. He's waiting, just waiting. Bored as well. And he has to, he cannot, so he's in, I think because of the pandemic, wherever he is, it's showing that he's frustrated in that he's having to wait. There's also, he has no feelings. There's no feelings. It's definitely somebody who's a malignant type of a narcissist, just mean all the way through. Doesn't care. There's no remorse here. In fact, there's apathy. And being a bit peed off, so to speak, that there's this pandemic that's keeping him from being able to go out and be a predator. Yeah, there's the vehicle. Vehicle is key, moving around. and the Death card, the end of being able to do that, to travel around in that way. He's waiting for this pandemic to subside. I get a King of Swords and a King of Cups. This could be, I feel like this is law enforcement or an investigator of someone, for some reason of that nature. And I feel like the Cups is our guy because of the Knight of Cups here. And I feel that there is someone that will be on to his tail. Another male. Very, very quickly discovers him. Yeah. For abduction. He's got abduction, kidnapping, probably record, or he will attempt it. So that's what I'm getting so far for the person responsible for that, their death. That, yeah, then the Tower and Justice, they'll get him. The law will get him. He may attempt, he will try to attempt, I think, another kidnap. But the law is, for some reason, you know, it's just not going to work out for him this time. The law's there, and it's over, and it is over. Yes, he will be caught. So I believe, just to round it up, that the person responsible is holding off because of the pandemic, and we see an attitude of being annoyed that they can't go out and be a predator. So it looks like that energy is kind of building up within them, but I feel like once, wherever they are, there's more of some kind of opportunity. This person's going to try, this man's going to try and do it again, but I think he'll be caught. And I'm betting that, from the cards I got, that he would have past kidnappings, abduction attempts, assaults, perhaps on his record. And like, again, I feel like they are the younger in age and in attitude and maturity, even though I think they are probably in their 30s. I think maybe up to even the age of 35. I feel that from the cards I was shown, that there's an aspect to them that is stunted, and part of it is that they have this addiction to these really twisted fantasies. It's like that's where all their energy goes, and it deals with young girls, and I don't want to go on further, but I'm very glad to see that he will be caught. I think with possibly in the next couple of years, just a feeling, I hope, but I take that with a grain of salt. I just feel like when something comes down, it's going to come down quickly, and they will catch him quickly. It's like it shows him quickly making a move with like the kidnapping, or in something associated to kidnapping. Maybe it's that they're coming to get him. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to do it again. But he will be caught, and boom, that's it, and exposed. And I see that he is the right person, that they will finally catch the right person. I do see that coming in the future, so I'm glad I can say that. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.